Islam, Islamism. Am I being heard?
Islam Sheikh, loud and clear.
Thank you, beloved. Bismillah. Rahman Rahim. Holy Emmanuel, Wadada Islamism. La ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah. I am Mikhail Mushiril. Continue seeking refuge from the accursed one and ever rising to give perfect and highest praise to the great God, Allah. Also, honoring his true and divine prophets, seen, unseen, known, unknown, and reincarnated, and to our illustrious Hebrew prophet in these days and time, Prophet Noble Jew all I. Send his own divine honors to our national Grand Sheikh, Gerald Bratton Bay, to our officials in Baltimore and other republics, our sheikhs, deputy sheikhs, our children, family, friends, visitors, guests on the call. Sending those divine honors also to Marcus Messiah Garvey, the forerunner Harbinger, and to the ancient ancestral spirits that guide us through these turbulent times. I greet all in love with Islam. Today's date, February 24th, 2023, and I do welcome all to our National Holy Friday conference call, SubhanAllah, brought to you by the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13, the Moorish American National Republic. And as we proceed, I would ask all who is able to stand facing the east, hips together, toes separated at a 45-degree angle, upper arms parallel to the floor, forearms upright, 5 fingers erect and together on the left hand, 2 fingers erect and together on the right hand as we stand in a Moorish American posture or Moorish American prayer. Islam. Allah, Father of the universe, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day. His holy prophet, Jew Allah. Ameen. And as we proceed, I will proceed in the reading of our divine constitution and bylaws. The crescent and star of salvation, the all-seeing eyes of Allah, the handpress of unity. The Moorish Science Temple of America, the divine constitution and bylaws, by Prophet Noble Drew, all I, founder. Act 1. The Grand Sheikh and the chairman of the Moorish Science Temple of America is empowered to make law and enforce laws with the assistance of the Prophet and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. The Assistant Grand Sheikh is to assist the Grand Sheikh in all affairs if he lives according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and it is known before the members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Act 2. All meetings are to be open and closed promptly, according to the Circle 7, and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Friday is our holy day of rest, because on a Friday, the first man was formed in flesh, and on a Friday, the first man departed out of flesh and ascended unto his Father God, Allah. That cause, Friday is the holy day for all Muslims all over the world. Act 3. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice must be proclaimed and practiced by all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America. No member is to put in danger or accuse falsely his brother or sister on any occasion at all that may harm his brother or sister, because Allah is love. Act 4. All meetings, subhanAllah, all members must preserve these holy and divine laws, and all members must obey the laws of the government, because by being a Moorish American, you are a part and parcel of the government and must live the life thereby. Act 5. This organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America is not to cause any confusion or to overthrow the laws and constitution of the said government, but to obey hereby. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they must know that they are a part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained noble Yashua, the prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a portion of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, noble Jew, I, through the guidance of his Father God, Allah. Here completes the reading of our divine constitution and bylaws, and I'll proceed in the reading of our additional laws for the Moorish Americans by Prophet Noble Jew Allah. Act 1. Grand Sheikhs and governors and heads of all temples. All businesses, each said temple must be approved by the Prophet Noble Jew Allah before acting upon by any members, let it be finance, property, or any line of life that will cause the members to sacrifice finance, etc., that will cause the support of any group of members. Any former officer that violates these laws is subject to be removed from his office under heavy restriction, etc., by the Prophet or the Grand Sheikh. Act 2. All members must attend their adept meetings and their public meetings promptly. If a member is found standing around on their meeting period, shall be fined 50 cents in the first case, and on the second, he will be fined $1, which will go on your emergency fund. If a member is working, his monthly dues must be paid, and if he has money in the bank, he must subscribe for as much as he is able to the Moorish Uplifting Fund, because it takes finance to uplift a nation. Act 3. It is lawful and divine duty of every good member, if he is able in finance, to aid me in saving the nation, and if he does not, he is an enemy to the cause of uplifting his own people, and justice must catch you. Let it be he or she according to love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. As I have the power invested in my hands, and I will have to enforce the law in order to save the nation. Act 4. All members, while making a public speech, must not use any assertion against the American flag or speak radical against the church or any member of any organized group, because we are to teach love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Act 5. All members must promptly attend their meetings and send their children to Sunday school, and the teacher must conform himself to the questionnaire and let every good mm, and let every member exercise its five senses who is able to do so, because out from your Sunday school comes the guiders of the nation. Act 6. With us, all members must proclaim their nationality, and we are teaching our people their nationality and their divine creed, that they must know that they are part and parcel of this said government, and know that they are not Negroes, colored folks, black people, or Ethiopians, because these names were given to slaves by slaveholders in 1779 and lasted until 1865 during the time of slavery. But this is a new era of time now, and all men now must proclaim their free national name to be recognized by the government in which they live and the nations of the earth. This is the reason why Allah, the great God of the universe, ordained noble Jew Allah, the Prophet, to redeem his people from their sinful ways. The Moorish Americans are the descendants of the ancient Moabites, whom inhabited the northwestern and southwestern shores of Africa. Act 7. All members must promptly attend their meetings and become a part and a partial of all uplifting acts of the Moorish Science Temple. Members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. Husband, you must support your wife and children. Wife, you must obey your husband and take care of your children and look after the duties of your household. Sons and daughters must obey father and mother and be industrious and become a part of the uplifting of fallen humanity. All Moorish Americans must keep their hearts and minds pure with love and their bodies clean with water. This divine covenant is from your holy prophet, noble Jew I, through the guidance of his Father God, Allah. This concludes the reading of our additional laws. Islam, Islam, Islam. And at this time, I will say Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Happy Holy Creation Day to all on the call. Thank you for being here. And this is the time when we share with each other who is on the call with us, if you so desire. Islam,
Islam Sheikh.
Islam, beloved. Deputy Sheikh, how are you?
I'm blessed, my good brother. And yourself?
Even the blessed. Islam.
Yes, sir, indeed. Giving thanks. Islam family, this is your good brother, Deputy Sheikh, Mainstream Grade A, 44, yelling out of the Massachusetts Commonwealth. Just like to wish all the Moors on the call and all the Muslims around the world happy holy day. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Islam and peace.
Islam is, and thank you, Mo. Thank you for being here.
Islam.
Islam.
Islam Sheikh Bashir, yo. Good to hear vibrations on the call tonight.
Islam, Deputy Sheikh is Greenell. Thank you. And how are you?
All is well, thank you.
Blessed. You have the floor.
Giving thanks. Islam family, this is your sister Deputy Sheik is calling being ill from the Massachusetts Commonwealth. Happy holy day, happy holy night to everyone. The Moors in the call, the Muslims around the world. Shabbat Shalom, Islam, and peace.
Islam. Never shake it. Thank you for being here. Islam, are we alone?
Islam.
Islam, Brother Gorio.
Islam.
Shalom.
Islam, Sheikh, all is well with you and the family?
Really well. Islam and itself.
All is well with me and the family. All is truly well.
La.
Islam family, this is Brother Gorel with Sister Gorel, and we're calling out of the Massachusetts Commonwealth. I'd like to wish all the Moors on the call happy holy day, happy holy night, and all the Muslims around the world, happy holy day and happy holy night. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Peace and love.
Islam, oh. Thank you for being with us tonight. Brother Gorio. Sister Darlene.
Islam, Sheikh.
Islam.
We have 23 participants on the call. Just give you a heads up. Islam.
Islam. Thank you.
Islam.
Islam. Divine Minister Young Bay. How are you?
Oh, everything's fine. Me and the Sheikhs, we're doing fine, Mo. We're blessed by the best.
Islam, is it? You have
Islam. I wish all the Mo's on the call, the brothers and sisters, wish them all Islam and happy holy day and happy holy night to all the Mo's all around the world. And I wish those who could make it and who couldn't make it on the call Islam and happy holy night, Shabbat Shalom, and all of those who wish they were on the call. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Islam, Islam, Islam.
Thank you for being here, beloved. Islam, door is open.
Islam?
Islam isn't, beloved.
Islam.
More by this.
Islam, peace and love.
Love and peace.
Ready to tune in away from Manitoba Republic, along with family. Just checking in. And Shabbat Shalom to all. Juma Mubarak. Peace and love.
Islam. Thank you for being here, Sister Tina and family. Yuma Kareem. Islam, beloved, and the roll is called up yonder. I want to be there. Holy man, like. Is anyone else with us? Wanna let us know who's with us?
Islam, this is Javon Wilson calling out of Orlando, Florida, Republic. Just want to say happy holy day to everyone. Islam and peace.
Could you say your name again for me, brother?
My name is Javon Wilson.
Jabbar Wilson. Welcome, Brother Jabbar. Thank you for being here. Shabbat Shalom. Islam.
Islam.
Islam, love it.
Islam. This is Sister Francine Charles calling out of the New York Republic and wishing everyone on the call a happy holy day, happy holy night. Islam.
Welcome, Sister Francine. Charles. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Islam.
Islam.
Islamism.
Islam. This is Brother Reginald Perry Bay checking in. We'd like to say happy holy night to everyone. Islam. Peace.
Thank you, Brother Reginald Bay. Thank you for being here with us tonight. Shabbat Shalom.
Islam, there, Sheikh.
Islam.
All is well, beloved.
Today. U.S.A. All is well with your family.
All is well, Mobile. We making do, beloved.
Islam, praises due to the great God.
Indeed, appreciate you, beloved. Well, before I give my salutations, just want to give a warm, humbling, peaceful vibrations to everyone who may have been affected by this winter storm. I know my family and I, we've been out of power, so we actually at a hotel room right now. So power is supposed to be restored by Sunday. So I just want to give love, vibrations to everyone, extended family, who you all may have talked to. Check on your elders, Moorish, check on your family, just in case, if you are in the midst of those regions that was affected by the storm. So just wanted to say that for the record. But Sheikh Isaiah Orton Bay, Sister Maria Lee May Bay family, we are checking in, sending our love and Islam out to everyone. Happy holy night, Moorish. Shabbat alaikum shalom. Shabbat alaikum shalom. Islam. Appreciate you, my noble brother Sheikh, beautiful angel. Appreciate you, beloved. Islam.
Islam, it's a miracle. I see you. And to all who's in the Detroit neighborhood that we got this power outage, do be safe. Islam, Sheikh Garden Bay, you be safe, all right? You and family. Islam. Islam. All right, then. You keep it moving. At this time, could I have a reader for Dua?
Islam, Sheikh.
Dua? Islam?
I apologize. Were you saying something else to me? I apologize, beloved.
Oh, I was just saying to be safe, you and the family out there in this lights out time you got in Detroit. No, the family's in Detroit.
Indeed. Okay. All right. Islam. Appreciate you, noble. Indeed. So appreciate you, beloved.
Islam?
Islamism. Sister
Islam
Goriel.
Islam Sheikh. Yes, it is. I'd like to volunteer to read it.
Islam to you.
How are you tonight?
Peaceful, thank you. And yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. Islam. Islam family. This is Sister Darlene Gore-Ill calling out of Massachusetts Commonwealth. I would like to rise to my highest heights and give all perfect praise to our Mother, Father, God of the universe known as Allah. I give honors to all ancestors known and unknown, recognizing and naming all true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and the last prophet these days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Jew Ali, in his first, second, and third form. I'd like to extend honors to our National Grand Sheikh, Joel Bratton Bey, all national officials, all sheikhs, sheikesses, deputy sheikesses, members, visitors, and friends. I greet you all in and with Islam. I'll be reading the Shabbat Shalom prayer. Bismillah, in the name of Allah. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. O Most High, Thou the Creatress of all there is, Thou the All of Life, the Omniscient, the All-Providing, the All of Love, we come to Thee this Sabbath Eve, grateful for Your imbuing us with the radiant substance of health these 7 days past, endowing us with vibrant presence in all areas of our living. We thank Thee for the blessing of divine substance of wealth flowing into our lives these 7 days past, filling our lives with abundance and greatness. We thank You for all these blessings, and we bless Thy name and worship Thee and Thee alone. We bless the creation, past and prayer through we bless the creation past and pray Thou will find our deeds, our work, our service to Thee approving in Thy sight by Your grace. We love Thee, we love Thee, we love Thee, O Most High. We bless the creation yet manifesting, thanking Thee for the breath of life and the radiant substance of health permeating our beings, endowing us with vibrant presence in all areas of our lives, ever praying that our deeds, our work, our service to Thee in this creation will be found approving in Thy sight. Insha'Allah. We thank Thee for the flow of the divine substance of wealth, this creation, filling our lives with abundance and greatness. We thank You. Truly without Thee, the all-providing, we are lost, and with Thee, the omnipotent, the victory is ever ours. We thank You for Your indwelling spirit, speaking and directing us to our best and highest good. May we ever hear Your voice, hear Your word, and manifest Your will. May our hearts ever know Thy presence, our minds overflow with Thy thoughts, our eyes see Thy divinity, our mouths speak Thy words, our hands accomplish Thy work, our feet walk Thy path. We thank You for the wisdom to know Thy will, the fortitude to manifest Thy will, and the perseverance to persist in Thy way until Thy will be done. We love and thank You, Divine One. We love and thank You for every opportunity to serve Thee, to accomplish Thy will. Thy will be done. May Thy indwelling spirit guide and protect us, this creation, as we build and manifest Thy divine estate in the living now, giving thanks and praises to Thee and Thee alone. We love Thee. We love Thee. We love Thee, O Most High. Amen. Ashe. Aman Ra Selah. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Islam and peace. I return the call to the moderator.
Islam, thank you for that beautiful read, beloved. And may our great God Allah bless the reading of our constitution and bylaws, additional laws, and our Shabbat prayer. Islam, Islam, Islam. And again, is there anyone else who would like to let their presence be known to us, Islam. Doors still open. Tell us who you are.
Islam.
Islam, Islam, Islam.
Islam. This brother Andre Wimbush from Detroit, Republican, here to give praises to the Creator. May Allah be in sweet and holy names. Prophet Noble Drew Ali. All the Moors on the line here, there, and everywhere. I'd like to say peace and love and peace. Happy Holy Day. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Brother Andre Wimbush Bay. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
Gratitude.
Shalom, shalom. Islam, floor still open.
Islam.
Islamism. Oh, that.
You already know. Islam.
Islam.
Islam is always. Well, I know it is because a couple people already asked. So this is your good brother Jermaine Michael Fowler Ill checking in, wishing all of the Muslims and Moors across the world a happy holy day, a happy holy Friday. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Happy Holy Creation Day to you, Brother Jerome. Jermaine. All of you. Thanks for being here.
Islam.
Islam, Islam. Islam? Anyone else?
Islam.
Islam. What about this?
This is Sister C. Ridgway Bay from the Erie County, New York Republic. Wishing all the Moors on the call and around the world a happy holy night. Peace and love.
Islam, welcome. Thanks for being here, Sister C. Richard Bay. Holy man of I may you be blessed.
Islam.
Peace. Islam. Door is still open.
Islam, big.
Islam.
We have now 27 participants on the call. Islam.
Aye. All right, Mose. I'm going to keep it moving. This is the time when we go into our chapter from the divine instructions from the Holy Prophet, U.S.A. And we are at chapter 7. Do correct me if I'm wrong. Looking for a reader to read this chapter. Beautiful chapter tonight. Islamism, beloved.
I'll step forward to read the chapter.
Allah. You have the flow.
Islam, thank you much. Islam family.
Oh,
this is
Islam more. You know what?
Islam.
1 second. Let me do the corrections. I think we might have a few just because, yes. In verse 6, strike the word right at the end of the sentence and replace it with aught, A-U-G-H-T. And verse number 8, change the first not to ought. Islam? And verse number 24, change the word ayah, I-A, that's after power, to is. That power is. We might not need a change in some circumstances, but some does. So there is a IA there. It should be is IS. Islam. Islam, beloved. Brother Goril, you may proceed.
Islam, thank you much, Sheikh. Islam family, this is Brother Gorel calling from the Massachusetts Commonwealth. Well, first, I would like to rise to my highest heights and give all perfect praise to our Mother, Father, God of the universe, known as Allah. I give honors to our ancestors, known and unknown, recognizing and naming all true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and the last prophet of these days and times, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Ali in his first, second, and third form. Extending these honors to our National Grand Sheikh, Joel Bratton Bey, all national officials, all sheikhs, sheikesses, deputy sheikesses, members, visitors, and officers, I greet you all with Islam. I will now commence with the reading of the Divine Instructions, Chapter 7, The Friendship of Jesus and Lamas. Jesus explains to Lamas the meaning of truth. Among the priests of Jagna was one who loved the Jewish boy. Lamas Brahmas was the name by which the priest was known. One day as Jesus and Lamas walked alone in Plaza Jagana, Lamas said, "My Jewish master, what is truth?" And Jesus said, "Truth is the only thing that changes not. In all the world, there are two things. The one is truth, the other is falsehood, and falsehood that would seem to be. Now, truth is aught and has no cause. Now, truth is aught and has no cause, and yet it is the cause of everything. Falsehood is naught, and yet it is manifest of aught. Whatever has been made will be unmade. That which begins must end. Of all things that can be seen by human eyes are manifest of aught, are aught, and so must pass away. The things we see are but reflexes just appearing, while the ethers vibrate so and so, and when conditions change, they disappear. The holy breath is truth, is that which was and is and evermore shall be. It cannot change nor pass away. Lama said, "You answer well. Now what is man?" And Jesus said, "Man is the truth and falsehood strangely mixed. Man is the breath made flesh, so truth and falsehood are conjoined in him, and then they strive and naught goes down, and man as truth abides." Again Lamas asked, "What do you say of power?" And Jesus said, "It is a manifest, is the result of force. It is but naught. It is illusion, nothing more. Force changes not, but power changes as the ethers change. Force is the will of Allah and is omnipotent, and power is that will and manifest directed by breath. There is power in the winds, a power in the waves, a power in the lightning stroke, a power in the human arm, a power in the eye. The ethers cause these powers to be, and thought of Elohim, of angel man, or other thinking things, directs the force. When it has done its work, the power is no more." Again Lamas asked of understanding, "What have you to say?" And Jesus said, "It is the rock on which man builds himself. It is the gnosis of the aught and of the aught, of falsehood and of truth. It is the knowledge of the lower self, the sensing of the powers of man himself." Again Lamas asked of wisdom, "What have you to say?" And Jesus said, "It is the conscious of that man is aught, that Allah and man are one, that naught is naught, that power is but illusion, that heaven and earth and hell are not above, around, below, but in, which in the light of aught becomes naught, and Allah is all." Lamas asked, "Pray, what is faith?" And Jesus said, "Faith is the surety of omnipotence of Allah and man. the certainty that man will reach defied life. Salvation is a ladder reaching from the heart of men to the heart of Allah. It has 3 steps. Belief is first, and this is what man thinks, perhaps is true. And faith is next, and this is what man knows is truth. Fruition is the last, and this is man himself, the truth. Belief is lost in faith, and in fruition, faith is lost, and man is saved when he has reached his defied life, when he and Allah are one. And that will conclude the reading of chapter 7, the friendship of Jesus and Lamas. Jesus explains to Lamas the meaning of truth, and I return the call back to the moderator. Islam and peace.
Islam. Thank you for that read. May we all be blessed. And at this time, I will go into the commentaries for this chapter. Islam. The first 2 verses introduce Lamas Brahmas, a priest of the Brahmin temple, who is walking in the plaza with Yashua, Isa, Jesus. As Lamas seeks to strive to ascertain Yashua's comprehension of the essence of life, Lamas asks 6 questions. In verse 3 through 10, Yashua answers Lamas' first query, truth, which I located in our 101 questionnaire, keys 47 through 51, speak to this answer for us. In the course of the answer, several words are used to express the nature of truth. It is imperative we comprehend these words. The first of which is ought, the next not, then reflexes, and finally ethers. Satisfied with the young prophet's response, Lamhas puts his second interrogatory, man, the answer to which is found in verses 11 through 13, with keys 66 and 67 connecting. The third query on power is asked in verse 14, with its response in verses 15 through 18, illuminating the omnipotence of force and the temporality of power. We emphasize comprehension of these two with discussion on force and power, as well as omnipotent and the phrase and thought directs. The reply to Lama's fourth question, understanding, found in verse 19, comes via verses 20 and 21. The important word to clarify in this passage is genois, i.e. knowing. Then Lamas inquires about wisdom in verse 22, to which the young master speaks. Consciousness is the word upon which to focus here, as Yashua exercises his 7 on wisdom, verses 23 and 24. The 6th and final interrogatory is on faith, to which Yashua speaks clarity, the levels of elevating mindset passed through to achieve deific life, bringing the conversation to its finale by explaining brief what man thinks perhaps is truth. Faith, what man knows is truth, and fruition, man, the truth, with each being lost or swallowed in the wave of its successor, ultimately manifesting oneness of spirit seed, woman, womb, man, and Allah. He's 47 through 51, 66, and 67. This define and discuss these words: art, not, reflex, ether, force, power, omnipotent, omnipotence, denoise, wisdom, consciousness, deific, belief, faith, and fruition. How does these energy appear? Look in your life. Expound upon the phrase and thought directs and deific life. Islam, Islam. Here in the reading of our commentary, and open the floor for our family to exercise our five senses. Islam. Floor is now open for your commentary. Islam. The friendship of Jesus and Lamahas. Jesus explains to Lamahas the meaning of truth. Islam. Islamism. Islam, Sheikis.
Islam, Sheikh.
How are
Islam,
ya?
Sheikh. I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm peaceful, Mo. Got a big smile on my face. Good to hear your voice.
Good to hear your voice as well, sir. Appreciate you.
Islamism. Samira, I see you. You have the floor, beloved.
Islam, Islam, Islam. Thank you, brother. Islam family, I am Sheikis Carolyn Youngbay, calling out of the Wayne County, North Carolina Republic. First I rise, giving all perfect praises and high honors to our Father God, Allah. I give honors to our ancestors. Some we speak of and some we don't. I give honors to all true and divine prophets, naming and recognizing Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius, and the last prophet in these days and times, our Redeemer, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Ali, in his first, second, and third form. I extend my honors to the forerunner for Noble Drew Ali, Marcus Mosiah Garvey, and to our National Grand Sheikh Old Bratton Bay, to all national officials, to the sheikhs, sheikesses, deputy sheikhs, deputy sheikesses, brothers and sisters, visitors, guests, and parents, and students in our Sunday school, and everyone on the call. I greet you all with love and Islam, Islam, Islam. I just want to add my five senses in the reading of this chapter, chapter 7, the friendship of Jesus and Lamas. Jesus explains to Lamas the meaning of truth. And we look at, of course, chapter 7 as being the number 7, the number of perfected man. In reading this chapter, what I see is Lamas was feeding his soul and his spirit through the questions that he was asking. And like throughout our lives, I think a lot of what Lamas is asking are a lot of the same questions that we too ask, especially as we go through life and begin our own spiritual journey and working on perfecting self. And reading this chapter, for me, truth is the real foundation, because without the sound foundation of truth, all else is false. Like in verse 4, it says, in the world, there are two things. The one is truth, the other is falsehood. And falsehood, that which seems to be true. So to me, Lamas was really searching for truth in these questions, and like us, searching for truth. And then in verse 2, the very first question that he asks the young master is verse 2. One day as Jesus and Lamas walked along in Plaza Jagannath, Lamas said, "My Jewish master, what is truth?" So that also takes us to key 46. And in key 46, it says, "What did Jesus say would make you free? Truth." And as our Grand Sheik always tells us, truth does three things. It sets you free, makes you free, and keeps you free when you know it. Now, our prophet has brought us many truths, but I'm going to go to chapter 47, and verses 9 through 12, our foundational truth, verse 9, according to all true and divine records of the human race, there is no Negro, black, or colored race attached to the human family, because all the inhabitants of Africa were and are of the human race, descendants of the ancient Canaanite nation from the holy land of Canaan. Verse 10, what your ancient forefathers were, you are today without doubt or contradiction. Verse 11, there is no one who is able to change man from the descendant nature of his forefathers, unless his power extends beyond the great universal creator, Allah himself. And verse 12, these holy and divine laws are from the prophet, Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the uniting of the Moorish Science Temple of America. So truth frees us from all limitation. It frees us from mental slavery and from the slavery of false beliefs that the European psychology has projected towards us. That is why we have the divine instructions that the prophet brought to us, the truth. And this chapter 47, the verses 9 through 11 and 12, that is the truth. It tells us who we are, what we are, where we came from, so that's the truth. And again, that's why our prophet brought us these divine instructions. And whatever is modeled on truth becomes more permanent and does not change or pass away. So again, for me, this was, all about the foundation. You have to have a foundation, a strong foundation to stand on. And so, it goes on to tell us that, having the truth, which comes from our ancient forefathers, that's what we need to get back to, that state of consciousness that our ancient forefathers had. So with that, I'll turn the floor back to the moderator. Thank you for the time, beloved. Peace and love. Islam.
Thank you, Moabitis. Thank you. So it's not necessarily what it looked like, it's what it is, right? Some people driving around with a Mercedes-Benz emblem on the Toyota. What kind of car is that? What car it is, Mom? Still a Toyota. Islam. Floor is still open for your commentary on what we've read. Islam. As our beloved sister just evaded too. Can't be a Negro, black, or colored. That's not what you are. That ain't true. That's falsehood. Can't live that life of falsehood. Gotta come to the truth. Truth is art. Art is the law. And the truth can never change. Islam? Islam, Mom. Islam. verse 3. And just as said, truth is the only thing that changes not. 4. In all the world there are two things. The one is truth, the other is falsehood. And falsehood, that which seems to be. Islam, Brother
Islam,
Edwin George,
Islamism.
Shabbat Shalom. You have the floor, beloved.
I just want to check in. Islam Moors, Brother Edwin George here, calling out of Quebec Republic, checking in, saying happy holy night to everyone on the call, and happy holy night to all Moors around the world. Islam, Islam, Islam.
Islam, beloved. Thanks for being here. Verse 7. Whatever has been made will be unmade. That which begins must end. Was there a physical form made? Must it
Islam.
end? Islam.
Islam. This is Brother Gorel out of Massachusetts Commonwealth, re-rising to my highest height. I just want, you just said something that struck a spark with me. Verse 7, whatever has been made will be unmade. That which begins must end. Exercising my 5 on that verse. The minute or the beginning that something is made, that's also when the clock starts on when it's going to be unmade. Because as we read in that verse, whatever has been made eventually will be unmade. That which begins must end. So the minute something is made, simultaneously, it's also starting the clock where it will be unmade. It can't be unmade until it is made. So I just thought that was interesting how that verse read. That also, when we are born, that starts the clock on when the end will come. We don't look at it like that, but that's how I'm reading that verse. Whatever has been made will be unmade. That which begins must end. And I was just exercising my 5 on that verse, and I return the call back to the moderator. Islam and peace.
Islam, beloved. Thank you for your commentary. And we'll take it a little further to include verse 8. All things that can be seen by human eyes are manifest of aught, are not, and must pass away. And when I read that, that took me to chapter 1. The creation and fall of man. Time never was when man was not. So the question is, what is man? Is man flesh and blood? If life of man at any time began, a time would come when it would end. The thoughts of Allah cannot be circumscribed. No finite mind can comprehend things infinite. All finite things are subject unto change. All finite things will cease to be because there was a time when they were not. So before we were born in the flesh, we were not. Yes, we were. Man is a spirit, spirit man, and one with Allah. The bodies and the soul of man are finite things, and they will change. Yeah, from the finite point of view, the time will come when they will be no more. But man himself is not the body nor the soul. He is a spirit and a part of Allah. Islam, floor is open, Moses.
Islam, Islam, Islam.
Islam, Brother Edwin Giorgio. You have the floor, beloved.
Brother Edwin Georgia, Islam Moss. I'm calling out of Quebec Republic, known as Canaan land. Rising to my highest heights, giving all honors and perfect praise to our Mother, Father, God, Allah, the Father of the universe. I give honors to all the divine prophets, beginning with Jesus, Muhammed, Buddha, Confucius, and in these last days and time, our illustrious and honorable Hebrew prophet, Noble Drew Ali in his first, second, and third form. I give honors to our national Grand Sheikh, Joel Broughton Bay. I give honors to all our divine ministers, to all members on this call tonight, and to all sheikhs, sheikesses, deputy sheikesses, all Moors around the world. I say Islam, Islam, Islam. I would like to exercise my 5. Won't take up too much time. I begin at verse 13. It says, pardon myself if I make any mistake because I lose my glasses, but I'm still trying to read. 13. Man is the breath made flesh. So truth and man as truth abide. Again, Lamas asks, what do you say of power? And Jesus said, it is a manifest, is the result of force. It is but not. It is illusion, nothing more. Um, you see, all these leaders say they're president, and when they come into power, they abuse the system. They abuse the position that the people vote them in there to do, and so you see, power get to the head. They do all kind of evil. They steal. They lie. They cheat. Because it's not. You see, again, Lamas asks, "What do you say of power?" And Jesus said, "It is a manifest. Is the result of force. It is but not. It is illusion. Nothing more. Force changes not. Pardon, sir. But power changes as the either change. Force is the will of Allah, and it is omnipotent. And power is that will in manifest. Power is that will in manifest, directed by the breath. There is a power in the wind, a power in the waves, a power in the. This word erase, it didn't print properly. I don't see I can't say what that word is. From my Koran, it erase. Okay. A
It's
power. What's the word there?
lightning.
Could you repeat it, please?
Lightning.
Okay. Stroke. Lightning stroke. Okay. There's a power in the lightning stroke. A power in the human arm. A power in the eyes. The either cause these powers to be. And you see, brothers and sisters, we mustn't make when we've been chosen into a position, we must stay focused and not let the power get to our head. You see? And this is what's happening in reality today. The power get into our leaders' head and they do all kind of crazy stuff while the American people suffer and die. And they support people all over the world and not at home. Brothers and sisters, I just want to keep the program alive. I put a period behind my statement and I say thank you much for having me. Islam and peace.
Islam. Thank you, beloved. Power. Islam. Moving down the line, in verse number 9, it reads, the things we see are but reflexes. And this is in addition to 7 and 8. The things we see are but reflexes, just appearing, while the ethers vibrate so and so. And when conditions change, they disappear. So, as we are talking about the truth,
Islam.
Islam, give me 1 second. Brother Winbush. Islam?
Yes, sir.
1
All
second,
is
my
well.
brother. Yeah, man. It was. When the condition change, they disappear. So, I take this as when the man, which is the truth and falsehood, higher self, lower self, appears on earth, and as it says, while the ethers vibrate so and so. When condition change, what condition? Is that speaking on the condition of our health that would cause us to then disappear and in the physical realm, as the spiritual is forever? Islam? Islam, Brother Winbush Bay, you have the floor.
All is well. Islam. This is Brother Andre Winbush from Detroit Republican, giving praises to Allah, the Father of the universe, Father love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Giving honors to the beloved prophet, our angel, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Giving honors to Brother Marcus Garvey. Up, you mighty nation, and accomplish what you will. He know we can make accomplishment. He know we the sleeping giant. He know we can get this thing and get it together. All honors to him. Red, black, and green. Honors to reincarnation. Honors to the National Grand Sheik. National Grand Sheik Joe Bratton Bay. Honors to the moderator. Everybody online, the well-wishers, supporters, definitely had to get honors to angel, cherubim, seraphim, give honors to the earth, everything that is and was and ever more to be. Yeah, definitely give honors to Brother Justice Jesus. Because it must have been a good thing for Lammas to have a good friendship with Jesus, get some understanding. You know, that's what we need. Before the prophet came, we didn't have no understanding because we was misguided. So we give prophet honors for bringing us this divine information, this information that can save us if we just study it and examine and take our time. I mean, I give honors to all the ones that's going to Moorish School of Law. Pray you make accomplishment in the will, because we know it's tough. Man, just like the brother was just saying, with the president, with the power. Man, whew, I said this year, this election, it's gonna be, man, it's gonna. Hey, just keep the faith. I just want to draw my attention to, and Jesus said, truth is the only thing that changes not. Yes, like the sister said, we've been given a whole lot of falsehood, but when we hear the truth and we know it, it never changed us. We are what we is. All the time we've been thinking we're something that don't exist. And the prophet brought it plain and simple. He said, I had 18 years absent off the Holy Bible. So I just, these 18 years, this is what we got right here. And 6, falsehood is not, and yet it is a manifest of right. Whatever has been made will be unmade, and which begin must end. All things that can be seen by the human eye are manifest of aught, are not, and so must pass away. And many of us want to see the soul. We want to see the spirit, but our eyes can't see it, but they're here amongst us. That's why we give honors to all the ancestors, those we know, those we know, not know of. But they here, But I guess sometimes we have to wait till we pass form to really know. But we got the secrets right here that's telling us this. Number 9, the things we see are but reflections just appearing, while the ether is vibrating so and so. And when conditions change, they disappear. The holy breath is truth, is that which was and is and ever shall more be, cannot change nor pass away. The holy breath, that's Allah. I was sitting back thinking about that one day, when the baby first born and they get that gas of breath, it's like that holy breath just, I said, man, that's a creation right there. Look at that. That's interesting. Holy breath. That's another name for Allah. Creative faith gave to man. And I just want to draw that we know man is strangely mixed. He's truth and falsehood. So some men would tell you the truth, but on the line, sometimes they be demonstrating falsehood. Stand on what you stand on. Stand in truth. That's another name for Allah. Stand on the truth. Be the truth that you is, because you're accountable for it. What you put out, you will get back. That's 360. That's a karma. So we don't want that. So we want to stand on the truth and make sure that our truth don't be reversed. And then it's all, man, he Wimbush falsehood, man. Look what he's doing. Just honor what you need to honor and let it be. Because we see what the president's doing, what's going on in the world, and say, man, look at this right here. But hey, according to the Bible, all these things must come to pass. You can't change it. It is what it is. The prophet said, prepare yourself for food, water, and medical supplies. He already said that the season was going to change. All that snow and weather. People down there in California talking about, man, we never got no snow. What's going on? Hey, it's the end of time and the fulfilling of the prophecies. They already said these things was going to occur. So all we got to do is get right, stay and stay positive, and just stick to the lessons and obey the still small voice. We know the good from the bad. Obey the laws that's given to us, and all will be well. I definitely like to give honors to all the ones that's on the line and listening, because it is wise to listen. You know, that's when I used to be. When I was always the quiet one, didn't get up and read or did nothing. I just listened till they called me to the podium. They caught me on surprise. I'm like, oh, I knew the lessons, but I just want to be a listener. So giving honors to the listeners too. Peace and love and peace.
Thank you very much, Brother Winbush. Okay. Islam was. Verse 11, 12, 13. What is man? Lamas asks the master. The master said, man is the truth and falsehood strangely mixed. Man is the breath made flesh, so truth and falsehood are conjoined in him. And then they strive, and naught goes down, and man as truth abides. So take us to our favorite, one of our favorite chapters, chapter 11, verse 13. Jesus revealed to the people of their sinful ways. Chapter 11, verse 13 to about 19. Man may believe what others say, but thus he never knows. Man would know, he must himself be what he knows. Do you remember, Rabbo, when you were an ape, a bird, or worm? Now, if you have no better proving of your plea than that the precept told you so, you do not know. You simply guess. Regard not, then, what any man has said. Let us forget the flesh and the physical, the things that you can see, and go back, subhanAllah, and go with mind into the land of fleshless things. Mind never does forget. And backward through the ages, masterminds can trace themselves, and thus they know. Time never was. Again, time never was when man was not. That which begins will have an end. If man was not, the time will come when he will not exist. Yeah? So, give thanks for our master, professor, prophet, for these divine lessons. So if we have the time, we could get into them and maybe learn a few things. Get back to that plane of divine truth and stop being that Negro that we think we are. Islam, Islam, Islam. Floor still open, Moz.
Islam,
Islamism.
Islam Sheikh, all is well.
All is well, Brother J. Lee Bay.
Islam,
How are you?
all is well, all is well.
Islam, give thanks to Allah.
Islam, Islam family. This is Brother J. Lee Bay calling in from the Baltimore Republic. I'm just wishing all the family on and off the call a happy holy day and holy night. Shabbat shalom and peace.
Shabbat shalom, beloved. Islam. Verse 14. Damas asks, what do you say of power? Mastermind.
Islam.
Islam, divine minister.
Islamo.
Bringing the goodies.
Uh,
Islamo. You had the flow.
Islam. Thank you, beloved. I am Sheikh Lon Chungbe, National Treasurer and Divine Minister out of the Wayne County, North Carolina Republic. First, I rise to my highest height, doing all perfect praises to Allah and to all our ancestors. Some we know of, some we don't. And to all our true and divine prophets, just to name a few. Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius, and the last prophet of these days and times, our Savior, our Redeemer, our illustrious Hebrew prophet, Noble Allah, the first, the second, and the third form. I extend my honors to the forerunner for Noble Allah, Marcus Mosaic Garvey, and to our National Grand Sheikh Joe Bratton Bay, and to the Grand Body, to the Sheikhs, Sheikesses, Deputy Sheikesses, brothers and sisters, and parents in our Sunday school, and everyone on the call. I greet you all with Islam, and I also greet the ones that couldn't be on the call with Islam. I want to go into verse 24 in chapter 7. But before I go there, I wanted to bring something to your attention that prophet in the third form, Richardson Dingle, Grand Sheikh Richardson Dingle, brought to me and some Mormons a long time ago, and at one of the meetings that we had, and we went to see this movie that was dealing with a lot of history about the Moors, right? And we looked at the movie. We told him we looked at the movie, and we saw the movie from beginning to end. And so he said, did you enjoy it? We said, yeah, we enjoyed it. So he said, so we said, well, we enjoy looking at it and all that it you know, that it taught us and all that we could learn from it, rather. But after looking at the movie from beginning to end, he asked us divine question. He asked us, he said, did you see the movie? So we laughed, you know, well, in a sense, we laughed to ourselves. And we said, well, we look at the movie, what, did we see it? What do you mean? You know, did we see it? Then he said, yeah, did you see the movie? So we said, we looked at it from beginning to end, but he asked us, did we see it? And there's a difference between looking at a movie or looking at something and seeing it. And what it was, you know, he had us baffled. We were baffled. And it was a lesson that I learned at that time, all of us did, that we didn't know. And it was, did we see it? You know, we looked at it, but did we see it? You know, meaning that, did we see any light in it? Or did we see any truth in it? You know, so and in verse 24, it says, verse 24 of chapter 7, it said that naught is naught, that power is but illusion, that heaven and earth and hell are not above, around, below, but in, which is the light of art becomes naught and Allah is all. I want to expound on the dictionary's meaning of light. It have a lot of meanings, but this fits it to the T. Light is to shine, mental illumination, knowledge of information, enlightenment, spiritual inspiration, the way in which something seems to be, present and favorable light. And that was a light in which the European gives us, in a sense. And in my definition of light from a dictionary, you saw it was truth and it was some falsehood in it, which man is truth and falsehood strangely mixed. And I like to, in light of that, light is truth. And with verse 13, man is breath made flesh. So truth and falsehood are conjoined in him. Means man is truth and falsehood strangely mixed. And then they strive, both of them strive, the higher self and the lower self. And naught goes down, falsehood goes down, and man as truth abides. But the time will come we deal with the truth and the truth only. Sometimes the lower self or the falsehood will have us thinking that it is true, but it's not. 14, verse 14, again Lamas asks, what do you say of power? And Jesus said, it is the manifest, it is the result of force, but it is not. It is illusion, nothing more. Force changes not. That's from Allah. But power changes as the ethers change. That's something to think about. And chapter 6, the life and works of Jesus in India among the Moslems. Jesus, all prophets are the same. And our prophet Noble Jew Allah, he brought us so much light, like was mentioned earlier. He brought us so much truth, that we could learn this truth and would probably take us, some of us, for the rest of our lives to learn all of this truth or to learn most of the truth. And in chapter 6, the life and works of Jesus, India among the Muslims, we call this child the day star from on high, for he has come to bring to men a light. There's that truth again. The light of life, the truth of life, to lighten up the way of men and women and redeem his people from Israel. And redeem his people from Israel. Wow, that is very powerful. And your sons, I'm reading from chapter 2 now. Education, Mary and Elizabeth in Zone is Egypt. 14, verse 14. And these your sons will be the first to tell the news, to teach the gospel of goodwill to men and peace on earth, which we know that peace is Islam. A mighty work is theirs, for carnal men want not the light they love the darkness. And when the light shines in the dark, they comprehend it not. You see, the truth is easy to see, but to others, it's blind to others. But I wanted to bring that to your attention with the prophet in the third form, National Grand Sheikh Richardson Dingle, and also the prophet in the first form, because all prophets are one. And Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius, all of them are one. Each one came to their people, and the prophet came to us. All praise is due to Allah. Prophet came to us to bring us out of this mental slavery and bring us in to marvelous light. And I wanna read this if I may. The warning from the prophet in 1928, also written in the Moorish literature. You who doubt whether I, the prophet, and my principles are right for the redemption of my people, go to those that know law in the city halls and among the officials in your government, and ask them on the intelligent tone, and they will be glad to render you a favorable reply. For they are glad to see me bring you out of darkness into light. And that marvelous light that he brought us, I mean, each one of us can honestly say that we feel uplifted because he brought us that light or that truth. And with that, I'll say Islam in peace mode, and I turn it back into the hands of the great moderator, Yashua Islam Sheikh. Oh man, Islam.
Islam, thank you for them Jews, Mo. we definitely need to be in the light. Come in the light. Come in the light. It's shining bright. Yes, I. Thank you, Mo. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I am. Islam, boys. Any other contribution to the chapter? Chapter 7.
Islam.
The perfect man. Islam, beloved.
This is Brother Jermaine Williams L. calling in from the Michigan Republic. First of all, I want to say happy holy night to everyone on the line. Also want to exercise my 5 senses, but first I want to rise to my highest heights, giving all perfect praise to Allah, honors to our prophet, Noble Drew Ali, first, second, and third form, extending honors to the leader of our movement, Grand Sheikh Joel Bratton Bay, all the members, sheiks, deputy sheiks, sheik assists, everyone on the call, extending honors to everyone participating and all Moors around the world, Islam. So this chapter, I just want to offer, just highlight a couple of verses. Starting with verse 17 and 18. There is power in the wind, a power in the waves, a power in the lightning strokes, a power in the human arm, a power in the eye. The ethers cause these powers to be, and the thought of Elohim, of angels, men, and other thinking things, directs the force when it has done its work force is no more. And we look at jump up back to verse 16, we see that force is the will of Allah. Force is the will of Allah and is omnipotent, and power is that will in manifesting directed by the breath. So I just want to point out a lot of our Kemetic science, our Moorish science, is we see it in films. And so when I look at those two verses and I focus on the word force being the will of Allah, it reminds me of a kid when I was a kid, and one of my favorite movies was the Star Wars movie. And one of the most notable quotes from that movie was, "May the force be with you." Again, I turn our attention back to verse 16. Force is the will of Allah. So we see a lot of this, but it's hidden, and it's not really hidden for those who understand what they're talking about. But and also want to point out that force is directed by the breath. And that brings my attention to a few times. I remember Deputy Sheikh Orton Day emphasizing the importance of breath and breathing. Why? Because man is breath made flesh. Man is truth and falsehood strangely mixed. What is the truth? The truth is the breath, the holy breath. Ought. What is the falsehood? Flesh, the lower self. The opposite, the breath, and the truth being the higher self. So again, when we look at our keys, give me 1 second and let me find it, please, on the white one. Well, I'll start off with our keys. I'll go 1 through 4. Key number 1, who made you? Allah. Number 2, who is Allah? Allah is the Father of the universe. 3, can we see him? No. Where's the nearest place we can meet him? In the heart. May the force be with you. May the will of Allah be with you. Where can we find that will? In the heart. In the heart. So it's the things of the heart that we must deal with, that we must focus on. And with that breath, that will help us to tune in to the vibrations of the higher things, the things related to the higher self. So again, we go back to the importance of breath. And it's something that we do automatically, but we really don't think about it a lot of times. Some people do, but most of us don't. It's just something that we do automatically. We breathe, but we don't really breathe properly, so we have to learn how to breathe. And that is very, very important. Why? Because again, man is truth and falsehood strangely mixed. That truth being the breath, the holy breath. That falsehood being the flesh, which would pass away. That truth, which is man, which is Allah in its highest form, will not pass away. Going back to our chapter 1, there was not a time when man did not exist. Man and Allah are one. And with that, I'll end my demonstration. Islam.
Islam, Brother Jermaine Wilson. Thank you for that powerful demonstration. And yes, the will is a very powerful thing. You were never a kid, Muslim. You might have been a child, but never a kid. Kid is a goat. Islam. But thank you for that powerful demonstration. The breath is what makes man alive. Holy breath. And we use that will to kill that lower self, to do away with that lower self. In key 95, it reads, is the devil made in the image and likeness of Allah? Answer, no. He is the shadow of the lower self and will pass away. But it is the man or woman that has to will that lower self away. And as we read here, force is the will of Allah and is omnipotent. And power is that will in manifest directed by the breath. Yeah? So, yeah, we have to will that lower self away, Muslims, to achieve that blessed higher self realm that we need to dwell in. Yes. And I will say that man is a powerful entity. And the result of that cosmic force and that flesh which that force inhibits is nothing more. Our changes. Force again is the will of Allah and is omnipotent. So that holy breath, powerful thing, Muslims. Islam, still got a few more minutes before we start to wrap it up. Islam, beloved.
Islam, this is Mark Sturtevant Bay, Wayne County, Michigan Republic. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing better now that I hear you on the call. Islam, I'm truly grateful to you, Muslim.
Islam. Thank you for having me. First, I want to rise to my highest of heights, giving thanks and praise to the Mother, Father, God, Allah. I want to give honor to the Prophet, for without his teachings, where would I be without them? I want to give honor to the forerunner, Marcus Garvey, for his great works and deeds for paving the way for us. I want to give honor to Sheikhs, deputy Sheikhs, and deputy Sheikhs. I want to give honors to our illustrious and marvelous and wonderful, magnificent National Grand Sheikh Joel Bratton Bey for his great works and deeds. Yes, indeed. I want to say happy holy day to Moors on the call and all over the world. Well, let's start with the holy breath, since that's the last thing that I heard. Holy breath. Let's think about taking a breath and holding it until you can hold it until you can't, till you can breathe again. So just take a deep breath and just hold it. Some people probably can hold it longer than others. Some people probably can hold it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I know some Navy SEALs that can hold it very long. But that holy breath, eventually,
you're going to have to breathe again. And that's the life of Allah. Eventually, you're going to need him. Eventually, you're going to have to come to him. And that holy breath is going to be that gasp of air when you say, okay, I need you. I done tried everything else. And now that I'm out of breath, I need you. So Allah will wait. He will sit back knowing that he got the force and the will in the palm of his hand because he done already sent his prophets out. But the choices we make will define our journeys. So it says here, force is the will of Allah and it's omnipotent. And power is the will and manifest directed by the breath. So some of us are taking short breaths, deep breaths here and there. But what happens when you just try to hold your breath? Eventually, you're going to have to come up for air. And that's where Allah is. That's that force. That's that will. You can't do anything about that. You can only hold out for so long. And some people hold out and they choose to go the other way. The prophet said, I will lead you right to victory. And some of y'all will come and get to the finish line and turn around. Why is that? Because man is the breath made flesh. So truth and falsehood are conjoined in him, and then they strive, and naught goes down, and man as truth abides. You ever hear a person talk, and you knew right away something ain't right about this story? You ever hear somebody just keep going and on and rambling about this and that, and you don't know them from a can of paint, but you know what you hear just don't sound right, but you're not too certain yourself, so you don't know if it's truth or falsehood? Well, see, that spirit is going to come first. It's going to let you know that, something ain't right. Get your antennas up. That's why you got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. See, when you hear with that holy breath, when you see, I believe that was Sheikh Youngbae talking about the movie, and the brother asked him a divine question, like, did you see with your eyes or did you see with your third eye, that pineal gland? When you open up that pineal gland, did you see it spiritually or did you see it in the carnal flesh? Did you see it in the higher self or did you see it in the lower self? So when they say here, truth and falsehood is strangely mixed, it's because of the higher and lower self. That's what causes the mix. So if a man has 2 selves and he has one, the higher self, and one of the lower self, and we know that the lower self is everything that harms, we know we're going to have some falsehood in there when your descendants is Satan, Lucifer, the devil. Huh? Did I just name your lineage? Because, see, we all bound by one accord. So when you take that and you try to go to the next level, it's a ladder. You ain't got to listen to me. It says it right here. It says salvation is a ladder reaching from the heart of men to the heart of Allah. It has 3 steps. Belief. Belief is for fairy tales and children. Tell me what is true. Well, I don't believe in child support. You don't believe in child support until you go down to that court. Just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean that it's not true. Tell me what is truth. I don't care what you believe. Beliefs are for fairy tales and children. Let's move on. And faith is next. Some of us, I used to be in a church and I had my faith. I don't want to hear nothing if it ain't got Jesus in it. I don't want to hear it because my faith is so on a mighty Jesus. I'm waiting for Jesus. Well, you just go keep waiting, because the last prophet in these days is Noble Drew Ali. Jesus did what he was supposed to do. That's why we honor all prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Confucius. Catch up, mustard. See, it's the holy day, and we got the holy breath. But we got the salvation of ladder. It's a process. Everybody want to get there quick. Yeah, well, I've been in this thing 5 years. Talk to the person that's been in this thing 30 and 40 years. I want to see some fruition. Yeah, but you didn't believe. What you mean I didn't believe? You didn't pay no dues? You ain't make your meetings? Yeah, but you know what I mean, I just had so much going on, and I'm just waiting for the temple to get right. What? How the temple gonna get right when the prophet had already set everything up? He says, I've given you everything that it takes to save a nation. Now take it and save yourself. Isn't that truth? But we waiting on what somebody else gonna do. Let's move on. Fruition is the last. And this is man himself. The truth. Well, we know man himself can't be true, because in man it says it's truth and falsehood is strangely mixed. And man knows not by being told. So even if I tell you something that is true, you don't know until you experience it for yourself. So you got to understand that that ladder of salvation is possible. And it is necessary. And then and only then can things come into fruition. Because belief is lost in faith. And in fruition, faith is lost. And man is saved when he has reached decent life, when he and Allah are one. That means a godly life. That means a heavenly life. That means a holy life. That means you're going to have to go through some things before you just get to a flat line of truth. And as long as you got that higher self and lower self, you're going to be battling truth and falsehood. Because you don't know. Because you're a spirit getting a human experience. So you're not a human getting a spiritual experience. You came here spirit first. So we're all spirits getting that human experience. So when it says here that salvation is a ladder reaching from the heart of men to the heart of Allah, that means there is a process. It ain't overnight. Rome wasn't built overnight. You ain't going to get there overnight. You're going to have to pay your dues. You're going to have to get to the truth. You're going to have some bumps, some bruises. You're going to have some detours. But truth cannot pass away. It cannot. I don't care how you try to finesse it. I don't care how you try to dress it. Just because that woman has got a sex change, that don't make her a man. That make her confused, if you ask me. But truth is that was a woman. How do I know that's truth? Is Allah perfect? Yes, he is. So if Allah is perfect, if God's perfect, you mean to tell me he gave you female parts? Born with female parts for you to change them yourself? Foolishness. But you want to identify with something because it pleases the flesh. So if you was born with something, that means Allah intended for you to go through the journey as such. But see, we want to please ourselves. And in the last days, man and woman are going to turn into themselves. That's what happens. The woman thinks that she don't need a man. I can do this and I can do that. Yeah, you can. but it was never intended for you to do it on your own. The man swear he don't need a woman. I'm sick of her. She get on my nerves. Yeah? Well, lean not on your own understanding because Allah has a process for you. So the salvation is a process. You can't run up that ladder. It's one step at a time. But if you just seeing with your eyes and you never take the time to get that third eye open up so things can be revealed to you, you will look like a fool. You will think that the falsehood is the truth and the truth is the falsehood. You better get a hold of yourself. That's why the prophet said, once you study yourself again. And after you have done that, study yourself again. Because everybody has a Bruce Banner and a Hulk. Don't let nobody tell you different. How do I know that? Because there's a higher self and a lower self. And that is truth. There's two selves. I got a Hulk, I got a Bruce Banner. You got a Hulk, you got a Bruce Banner. How you choose to deal with the Hulk at times is going to determine your journey in life. Some people can't control their Hulk. That's why they're sitting down, because they couldn't think for 15 seconds before they pulled the trigger, before they stabbed somebody, before they lost control of their emotions. And due to the time constraint, I'm going to put a period at the end of that statement. Islam, Islam, Islam. Islam. Praise Allah.
Thank you much, Brother Sturdy Van Bay. That was very elevated. Keep it up there.
Islam,
beloveds. And again, verse 12. And Yashua said, man is the truth, and false would strangely mix. So, if man is the truth, these are some of the tools that can subdue the strange mix. Take a peep at chapter 4. These tools remind me of the ones we handle in the workshop of the mind, where things are made of thought and where we build up character. We use the square to measure our lines, to straighten out the crooked places of the way and make the corners of our conduct square. We use the compass to draw the circle around our passions and desire, to keep them in the bounds of righteousness. We use the axe to cut away the naughty, useless, and ungainly parts and make the character symmetrical. We use the hammer, hammer at the morning and the evening, to drive home the truth and pound it in until it is a part of every part. I won't go no further. When they got them 4 tools, yeah, you're in a good position. Now we could build that ladder. Whether it's a 3-step or a 12-step. Islam? Bismillah. And with that said, do we have any more commentary?
Islam.
Islamism.
Islam.
Brother
Just want to
Mitzi
give a gratefulness for everyone that's on the call. This is Brother Rob Mincy Bay checking in from the Baltimore, Maryland Republic. I'm grateful for everybody that's on the call, all the Muslims around the world that is on the call and that's not on the call. Just grateful for the high vibrations that's been given tonight. Peace, Holy Friday night to everybody on the call. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, beloved Mincy Bay. May Allah be praised. Make us worthy. Islam? Islam. And at this time, want to call to the floor any visitor that would like to say a few words before we close out. If not, give thanks for all who demonstrated on the call tonight. It was a very beautiful call. Thanks for your inspiration. You inspired me. So as we begin to close out, I'll make a few announcements. Islam, Islam, Islam. Thank you much. Sunday School Conference call. Number to call. That's every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Clock. Number to call 443-961-4434. Website Moorish American National Republic. Hit the resource tab. You could hear the Sunday School recordings. Islam, Islam, Islam. To receive a welcome and information packet for the Sunday School, email sundayschool@moorishamericannationalrepublic.com. Include the adult's name, age, phone contact for each adult, and name, age, school grade, class, birth date for each child. And do send that email to Sunday School at Moorish American National Republic. Sunday afternoon at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock, same number for our town hall call, 443-961-4434, as we speak to questions on and discuss the policy of freedom, proclamations of emancipation, the original 13th Amendment with 20 section, every Sunday afternoon, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock. We have our members forum calls every other Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock. So if you're a member of the Moorish American National Republic, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock, members in good standing seeking to actualize their freedom to join the conversation, send an email to the webmaster at moorishamericannationalrepublic.com. Include your name as shown on your documentation, phone number, copy of your nationality and identification card to webmaster at moorishamericannationalrepublic.com. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock, we have our Moorish School of Law and History. By grace, yes, it has begun. I think we're in the warning portion of the class. Go to the website to moorishamericannationalrepublic.com, hit the research tab, use either the citizenship application or the Moorish School of Law and History link, and we'll see you in class. Sisters Auxiliary call every fourth Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock. Our sister member in good standing meet every fourth Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock. Topics of interest and raising from the cares of the world, building and coalescing our feminine energies to the uplift of our nation, community, and the world. To join the conversation every fourth Thursday, 8 p.m. Send the email to Sister Auxiliary number 13 at gmail.com. That is Sister Auxiliary, SISTERAUXILIAR number 13 at gmail.com. Include your name as shown as your documentation, phone number, and email if different from the one used. When the women rise, the nation rises. Young Men Business League. Every third Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock. Our brothers, members in good standing, meet every third Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Topics of interest in building the family and economic infrastructures needed to grow productive, healthy young Moorish men to the upliftment of our nation, community, and the world. Send an email to youngmanbusinessleague@gmail.com. Include your name as shown as your documentation, phone number, and email if different from the one used. That's every third Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock. youngmanbusinessleague@gmail.com. And again, our National Holy Night call every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock. Can't make it to your temple this Friday? Join us for our National Holy Night call every Friday, currently at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Clock. We close one creation and open the next every Friday by grace. Call our public conference line at 443-961-4434. Skills and talents. Spanala, committees. Do you use your skill and talents to the benefit of others? Would you like the opportunity to put your skills and talents to use to your own benefit? Grand Sheikh Richardson Dingley said, a prophet is one who comes to stop others from making a profit off you while teaching you to profit from yourself. Commit to the work of uplift, self-uplift. We have standing committees set up to put your skills and talents to the uplift of yourself and community. To join a committee, go to the website, Moorish American National Republic.com, hit the resource tab, hit the committee link, contact a committee chair, use your skills and talent to actualize your freedom. Islam, Islam, Islam. And at this time, calling to the floor any national official that needs to make an announcement. Islam, step forward. Keep it blazing.
Islam.
Islamism. Divine Minister, you have the floor.
Islam. Thank you, beloved. I'm Sheikh Lon Youngbay, National Treasurer, Divine Minister, Revising. This administrative announcement is to the members. Keeping in line with Act 7 of the Divine Constitution and Bylaws, members must pay their dues and keep in line with all necessities of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Then you are entitled to the name of faithful. When mailing your dues payment, please include your dues card with your payment. Make a copy of your dues card and keep it home for your records. Members should not fill in any information on their dues card. Headquarters will make all entries and initial the dues card. Payments received will be automatically applied to any past due balances first until your account is brought current. Officers, sheikhs, sheikesses, deputy sheikesses are required to pay $35 a month, and members are required to pay $20 a month. Also, if you change your address, please indicate so with a note when you mail your dues card. This is so we can update and mark the records correctly. This concludes my administrative announcement for the Moorish Science Temple, the Divine and National Movement of North America, Incorporated, number 13, Moorish American National Republic. I turn it back to the hands of the good brother, Brother Sheikh, Mashur Il, Islam, Islam, Islam. Thank you for the time, O.
Islam, thank you for your time, beloved. And at this time, we'll read the Moorish literature, Divine Warning by the Prophet Noble Drew Al-I. Prophet warns all Muslims. Governors order to read proclamation at each meeting. I hereby inform all members that they must end all radical agitating speeches while at work, in their homes, or on the streets. We are for peace and not destruction. Stop flashing your cards to Europeans. It causes confusion. Remember, your card is for your salvation. Failure to obey these orders will be of severe consequence. We are for love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. And when these principles are violated, justice must then take its course. Any member or group of members who hold malicious feelings toward the temple or the prophet, or violate the divine movement, the Moorish movement, will receive their reward from Allah for their unjust deeds. All true Moors will and must obey the law as laid down to them by their prophet. If they lose confidence in their prophet, they should turn in their card and button, cease wearing their turban and fez, and return to the state where I, the prophet, found you. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the Prophet Noble Drew Al-I. And if the prophet is not right, the temple is not right. The prophet, therefore, is sending out the divine plea to all Moorish Americans that they do their part in protecting their prophet and the temple. This is an everlasting movement founded by the prophet through the will of Allah to redeem his people from their sinful ways by order of Prophet Noble Drew Al-I. Islam, Islam, Islam. And now is the time we affirm ourselves to ourselves by the reading of the Holy Covenant that our Prophet left for us, the unification of our nation. Islam, Muslims, star, unmute your phones as we go into the Holy Covenant of the Asiatic nation. You could repeat after myself. Islam. We are the children of one Father, provided for by his care.
We are the children of one Father,
cared for by his care.
And the breast of one mother has given us suck.
And the breast
of one mother has given us suck.
Let the bonds of affection therefore unite us with our brothers and sisters.
Let the bonds of affection therefore unite us with our brothers and sisters.
That peace and happiness may dwell in our Father's house.
That peace and happiness may dwell in our Father's house.
And when we separate in the world, remember the relation that bindeth us to love and unity.
Remember the relation that bindeth us to love and unity.
And prefer not a stranger before our own blood.
And prefer
not a stranger to our own blood.
Thy brother is in adversity, assist him.
If our brother is
For our sister is in trouble, forsake her not.
If
If
our
our
so shall the fortunes of our Father
So shall
contribute to the support of his whole race.
contribute to the whole race.
And this care be continued to us all
And this care
in our love to each other.
and our love.
Bismillah. Bismillah. Islamos, thank you for your presence here with us tonight. And may the great God guide us continually. And as we close the same as we began with our Moorish American prayer. So if you may, and I have all who are able to stand facing the east in erect posture, heels together, toes separated at a 45-degree angle, upper arms parallel to the floor, forearms upright, 5 fingers erected together on the left hand, 2 fingers erected together on the right hand, as we stand in a Moorish American posture for a Moorish American prayer. Islam. Allah, Prophet. Allah, Father of the universe, upon Allah, Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation, by night and by day, with Holy Prophet, through all eyes. Ameen. Go in peace, Muslims. Go in peace. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. Happy Holy Creation Day to y'all. Peace, peace, peace.